know the camera is not going to do this justice, but we are straight up and down right here. Hey guys, on this week's video, Tennessee Jeff and I go down to Murfreesboro and we hunt with Ron Reed and Tim Henderson, the Dig Dogs. We were going to a field that Civil War soldiers camped on, but that's where the notorious bull got after Jeff and Tim, and so we had to vacate that spot and go across the creek onto a hillside straight up and down, I tell you. And I named this video Straight Up and Down because of that hillside. Soldiers used that hill for target practice and they were shooting across the creek there. Found a few bullets and filmed a few clips there. And then Jeff and I used Maprika, Scott Duncan and Heath Jones with the History Seekers. They did a podcast on that. And if you haven't checked that out, well, go check it out. It's a great program and it will lead you closer to the sites that you're looking at on maps than anything that I've ever used. We found that site, didn't find a lot of stuff. It was a junky site, but the program worked, and that's the important thing there. Then I do a little bit of hunting by myself and go to Civil War site and a few other places and pick up a few relics there. And then Mike Turner and myself, we hit another old house site that me and Jeff hit late last year. And the ground was really hard and a lot of cattle in there and it was really packed, but with all the rain and a little bit of snow that we've had and the freezing and the thawing of the ground, it was easier digging there. So me and Mike do find some good stuff. I find one real good surface find there. So hope you enjoyed the video this week. Me and Jeff are down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee with Ron and Tim, Dig Dogs. Tim has got the first find, it looks like.
I'm thinking that's a part of a fork, but I may be wrong.
It is, that's what it is. Part of a 3-pronged fork. Yep, sure is. That's a good find right there.
I like it.
I do too. What'd that ring up on you?
It was bouncing around. It was in the low 30s and then popping up into 50 every once in a while.
But a diggable, repeatable signal.
It was a nice solid signal.
Yeah, I've got a 70 something over here, but it's deep and I've got a lot of roots. There's a lot of roots here.
And there's lots of cast iron, so.
Yeah. That may be what I get.
Bouncing up in the 50s, 60s.
Yeah, kind of like four.
That was hitting like 30.
That's what that is, a little hammer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the end of a hammer broke off. Looks like to me.
Well, we're just finding relics, but that's what we're doing.
The relics can lead to something good.
Well, I like the relics.
I do too.
Old spot here, there's a house down below and a Civil War picket post.
I really think there might have been a building here.
Down here in Rutherford County, Tennessee with Ron and Tim, and I'll tell you what, this is the hardest harmonica reed I've ever dug out of the ground. There's a big old root right there and it was back in behind it and under it there. I'll take it though. I know the camera is not going to do this justice, but we are straight up and down right here. Civil War soldiers camped over there and they shot across this creek and you can see Tim down there. I think you can see Tim. I can't see him through the camera there, but anyway, we're up here and Jeff found the first bullet. If I don't fall down the hill.
Don't drop it, it'll roll for a week.
It's a Sharps. Sure is. That's a great find anywhere.
Hey, I worked for that.
We are working for them. See what else we get. We're on a brand new spot. We used Map-Rika, is that what they call it?
Rika, yeah.
Heath Jones did a History Seekers did a podcast on it. We've got some similar programs that we use, but we tried it and found an old house site earlier in the year here, but there was another one, and Jeff's got his first culture from this place. A ball jar lid, ceramic inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Still in there. That's in good shape. That's a good sign right there. I found a piece of pottery or two. But here's something that you may not know about jar lids. One common find when hunting old house sites are the zinc lids that were used on what are commonly called mason jars. But these weren't the first jars to be used. Among the earliest glass jars used for home canning were wax sealers, so named due to the sealing wax that was poured into a channel around the lip to secure a tin lid. This process was complicated and error-prone, but it became popular in the late 1830s and early 1840s. This was improved by the mason jar, which was invented and patented in 1858 by a tinsmith named John L. Mason. Raised in Philadelphia, he moved to New York and filed his jar patent at the young age of 26. As a tinsmith, Mason first created the standard zinc thread cap and then the jar to go with it. Mason was awarded patents in 1858 and 1870 by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for his invention of the process of creating a threaded screw-type closure on bottles and jars. But one thing you may not know about John Mason was that he failed to renew his patents that expired in 1879, thus opening the market to his competitors. As a result, Mason did not become wealthy and died broke in New York City in 1902. So now you know a little bit more history about those jar lids that you dig. Tell you what, guys, we find about as many of these in Kentucky as we do large cents. It's an oxen shoe. There you go, Keeps. I believe that may be number 7 for me. I'll have to go back and check. It's either 6 or 7. Great find here in Kentucky. I got a fired bullet out of that hole right there. You can see it's hit on that side there. It kind of looks like a dragoon. It's got a flat base on it there. But I believe that's bigger than a 44. I don't know what that is. I'll have to check the book and see. I know it's been fired. Might be able to get some weight off of it though and tell. Pretty deep hole right there. And I've got a bullet here. It looks like it's been fired. I think that's a 36. I don't think that's a 44. It could be, but I don't think so. I'll have to mic it when I get in, but it has been fired. I'll take it. I found a droop wing militia cuff button here, I don't know, a couple of years ago probably, and I thought that this might be another one. Can't tell if the shank has been over or whether it's broke. Don't know. But anyway, trying to get it here where I can get it focused and get out of the wind and everything. I don't think that this is a militia button. I think that this is probably just a civilian button. It's been pushed on the front. That's okay.
Colonial button.
button I found like this.
Is it?
Yeah.
It better be good. I've walked a mile for this.
It's a good one. That thing will run up a 1326.
It is a nice button. Got a big old nice stand-up shank on it. I like that. That's pretty. I found a two-piece up there.
I found
like an eagle button.
I found a little buckball, and
Yeah, I found a fired piece of lead.
I don't know what design that is, but it's pretty.
It's a nice button, yeah. I like it. This one here came in a little quick too. It's still in the clod right there. And it's going to be a flat button. Doesn't have a shank on it. That's okay. I'll take those all day long. Big old deep hole right there. And wind's blowing quite a bit. I'm trying to shield it. I've got a I believe it's a fired pistol bullet here. Decent sound. It didn't scream out, but it was decent. Check this out right here. That is a surface find. And I believe it's going to be a 1904. I can't tell. 1901 or 1904. Laying right on top of the ground. Well, it's worth coming up here for that. Old house that used to sit right in here. A little hillside here in Kentucky. And I started to say that this thimble is in the worst shape of any that I've ever found, but I did find just the top of one up here one time. Aluminum thimble. I'll take it. One of the old style suspender clips. See those points right there still on it? And it's got a name right there. I should be able to research that one. That's a great find. It says 1 cent right there. And it's wheat. I'll get a date off of it and leave it on this clip. Bunch of rocks and things right in here. That's the front porch. The house set one. I don't know.